Happy New Year, everyone. We are finally in the year of 2021, and college football delivered us a very, very sweet treat. The second-ranked Clemson Tigers faced the third-ranked Ohio State Buckeyes in the Allstate Sugar Bowl for the college football playoff. Now, this game is a rematch from the last playoff game last year, and is the most highly anticipated matchup of the year. The Tigers were looking to take care of business and head into their fifth national championship game in the last 6 years. And the Buckeyes and Justin Fields were looking to avenge last year's heartbreaking loss to the Tigers that ended 29-23 on a heartbreaking last play interception. Some bets that I had coming into the game were I had the Buckeyes plus 14.5, and I had the over-under 68, which that clearly did not happen. Just going through my notes and breaking down the game, in the first quarter, the Clemson Tigers, they started by attacking the Buckeyes defense on the edges. They had big passes down the field, and they were able to score in the first quarter, of course. The Buckeyes were able to establish the run game very early, and they were winning in the trenches from the very get-go. The Tigers' offense was able to get in rhythm and take advantage of Ohio State's soft coverage. The Buckeyes used rushing attacks to set up deep shots down the field. And we saw that with a lot of big plays using their tight ends, such as Ruckert, who scored 2 early touchdowns for the Buckeyes. In the second quarter, OSU attacks the outside. They had big emphasis on the run game, and they started exposing the Clemson defense with misdirection. Trey Sermon, he was running all over the field on that Tigers defense. And the Clemson offense, it looked stale, and it didn't seem like they could get anything going. They had 3 straight 3-and-outs. And Ohio State ended the first half with a second touchdown pass to tight end Ruckert, with the score being 35 Ohio State, 14 Clemson. And some of my halftime thoughts were that the Buckeye offense is just simply on fire right now. They had 5 straight touchdown drives, and the tempo was just on point. Clemson was unable to stop the run in the first half. Trey Sermon had 121 rushing yards. The Buckeye offense was hitting on all cylinders. Literally. It looked like they just couldn't be stopped out there. The Clemson Tigers needed to bring offense back to life and slow down OSU's run game if they wanted any chance to get back into this game in the second half. And we saw that did not happen. In the third quarter, the Buckeyes were still using the run game, and the O-line was just dominating the line of scrimmage at this point. The Tigers' defense did force a big interception at the end of the drive, and the offense was able to get the ball back, go down the field, and score a touchdown. And they took advantage of the soft coverage from the Buckeye cornerbacks. And at this point, it looked like Clemson could possibly get back in this game. They were gaining a little bit more momentum. And then Ohio State just shut all of that down with the following drive. Justin Fields hit Olave for a 56-yard touchdown. And Justin Fields was just absolutely playing amazing. He had more touchdowns thrown at the time than he had incompletions. He had 5 touchdowns and 4 incompletions, which that stat is just absolutely amazing. The Buckeyes' defense was playing absolutely phenomenal in the second half. They forced the sack and recovered the fumble, of course. The defensive line was just dominating the line of scrimmage the entire game. On the ensuing possession, Clemson forces a 3-and-out, and I said they can still come back into this game, of course, because obviously it wasn't over. And then a note I put under that was, never mind, because the Buckeye offense was just unstoppable during the game. My only notes for the fourth quarter is that Justin Fields, he knows how to throw a ball. He can throw a damn ball, for sure. 45-yard touchdown pass to Williams. And the OSU D-line is getting pressure on Trevor Lawrence. And complete domination in every aspect of the game. It was just amazing to see how the Buckeyes were able to do this. Now on to my post-game thoughts and my breakdown of the game. Ohio State just simply outplayed Clemson in every aspect of the game. Coaching, in the trenches, and outmatched on the perimeter. Now, we've heard of players downplaying how good their opponent is. An example of that was Florida Gators linebacker James Houston just last week. But when your head coach, Dabo Swinney, runs his mouth saying OSU isn't even a top 10 team, you unintentionally put your players into the mindset of, oh, well, maybe the Buckeyes aren't even that good anyway. And keep in mind that this is the same Buckeyes team that has been thinking about the heartbreaking 29-23 loss to Clemson last year. They have been waiting for and looking forward to this game. The Buckeyes were better prepared, and it showed on the field. The battle in the trenches. Ohio State dominated the line of scrimmage the entire game. Buckeyes totaled for 254 rushing yards. Running back Trey Sermon had 193 of those yards. And the Buckeyes defense also dominated the line of scrimmage. They held Clemson to just 44 rushing yards and was consistently getting pressure on Trevor Lawrence. They forced 2 fumbles from sacks and a poor throw that led to an interception. And lastly, they were just simply outmatched on the perimeter. Justin Fields had an amazing performance and was throwing the ball all over the field. Tight end Jeremy Ruckert accounted for 2 touchdowns and was a mismatch that the Buckeyes definitely took advantage of early in the game. And it opened up the offense even more in the second half. Clemson defensive backs just could not keep up with the playmakers like Olave and Jamison Williams. Justin Fields took advantage of everything that the Tigers gave him, and he ended the game with 6 touchdown passes and 6 incompletions. And he threw for 385 yards. With all of that being said, I believe that the national championship matchup between Alabama and Ohio State will be one of the best matchups in recent years, and I am very excited to see the outcome.